Howdy, and welcome to Lead to Grow Lesson 3 on Relationships and Results. In Lesson 3, we will dig deeper into how to use the leadership math to multiply your team's effectiveness. Have you ever noticed that when organizations are in trouble, they rapidly seek new leadership? We see it in large businesses, sports teams, and churches. The assumption that the subtraction of one person at the helm and the addition of a new person will equal instant growth. How often have you seen a sports franchise try to turn things around by firing a head coach and hiring a replacement? Every time the NCAA Division I college basketball tournament starts, I wonder how many college basketball coaches will lose their job after March Madness fades away. Out with the old and in with the new. When a business is losing money, what does it do? It hires a new CEO. When a church is stumbling, it searches for a new pastor. When our country is facing hard times, we elect a new president. One thing I have found is that the leader of an organization is the lid to their own success. I've also found that it to be true that my own leadership skills are often the lid or the limiting variable on my personal life and my business success. If your leadership skills are strong, the organization's lid is high. But if your leadership is lacking, then the organization is limited. The obvious question then becomes, what is the best way to develop my leadership? The answer is to grow yourself. Greater leadership effectiveness is within your reach, and you can learn the skills needed. You only need to be willing to grow. So, your first job is to grow you, not your business. There are two truths you would want to remember. First, your organization will always be defined by your leadership. Secondly, the size of your business reflects the size of who? Your leadership. Think about those two statements for a second. If you don't like your current results, you can change them. In fact, every person can increase the effectiveness of his or her team by leveraging the math of leadership. So how do you leverage your leadership math? Results by addition or results by multiplication? When you think like a manager, focusing on things and drive for results, in other words, what you say and do, you'll see results by addition. If there are 4 10s and 1 5 on a team with 5 individuals, the sum of their individual effectiveness score is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 equal a total of 45. If the first person or the fifth person grows from a 5 to a 10, the team's total effectiveness score rises to 50, an increase 11%. That's certainly not a bad gain. But watch next what happens when you foster an environment of teamwork rather than individuality. When you think like a leader, focus on people in order to maintain and enhance relationships. In other words, how you say and do, and also driving for results within the environment. You will see results by multiplication. Look what happens to the group's impact when the multiplying effect of teamwork is considered. Through exceptionally communication, coordination, and cooperation, the first team might be as effective as 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 5, having an effectiveness score of 50,000. But if the fifth person can grow from a 5 to a 10 through his or her own commitment and the help of others, the team's effectiveness could grow a walloping 100% to an effectiveness score of 100,000. You get not only more results and success, but also better results. Why? Because now you have a peak performance team in which members communicate, coordinate, and cooperate among themselves and among other departments and divisions. When we consider team performance, the effectiveness quotient still applies. In fact, with teams, the enhancing relationships factor in the quotient becomes even more important. Once the team sees how valuable the synergy is, there is no limit to what they can accomplish by working together and helping each other reach goals. By now, hopefully, you see how the multiplying effect of teamwork can boost your organization. Before you can fully capitalize on team member strengths, though you must work to understand them, one key point is particularly important, and believe it or not, although it's all about your team and who they are, it revolves around who? Their leader. It revolves around you. Well, in lesson 3, we dug deeper into how to use the leadership math to multiply your team's effectiveness. Do you want to lift your success lid? Are you ready to grow you? How can you use leadership math to multiply your effectiveness? Well, in this lesson 3, write down 1 or 2 action items you would like to take today. And this concludes lesson 3 on relationships and results.